contingency
Planning.
planning.
Hmm.
Environmental issues in operations management.
Hmm.
The management of the nature environment is become increasingly important within operations as customer, supplier, and the public demand that manufacturer minimize only negative environmental effect of their product and operations.
So,
Managers,
see, we are aiming at sustainable development. It is not that the present should use all the resources. There should be something left for the future generation also. It should be done in such a way that not only the present generation uses it, but the future generation also uses it and grows. So, this emphasis on sustainable development led to this environmental issues in operation. Because if suppose we are doing mining and taking out all the ores, what will happen? It is not renewable. It will finish one day. Then what will the future generation do? So we should work in the operations area in such a way that as far as possible it should be made available for other users also in the future. Yeah, continue.
managers play a critical role in determining the environmental impact of manufacturing operation through choice of raw material used, energy consumed, pollutions
Pollutants
emitted, emitted, and waste generated.
generated.
Over the past three decades, uh, conceptual thinking on environmental issue have slowly expanded from a narrow focus on pollution control include a large set of management decision programs and technologies. Pressure to apply the concept of sustainable development to manufacturing and underscore the need to think strategically. Hello, hello,
Long for the long term.
मैम स्क्रीन पे
What
प्रेजेंट
happened?
नहीं हो रहा है डाटा.
पूरा नहीं हो रहा है.
हाँ,
एक
वो शायद अभी
देख रह सकते हो.
सॉरी.
अब दिख रहा है.
नहीं नहीं नहीं
हम्म.
नहीं.
ये दिख रहा है.
नो.
एनवायरमेंटल.
दोबारा से मुझे लग रहा है.
अच्छा. अच्छा ठीक है. ट्राई ऑन. अब दिख रहा है.
अभी शायद हाँ ओके मैम.
हम्म.
अभी दिख रहा है.
चार पॉइंट्स है ना. फिर लास्ट वाला पढ़िए. प्रेशर्स टू
जी जी.
अप्लाई.
यस यस. Pressure to apply the concept of a sustainable development to manufacturing and underscore the need to think strategically about environmental issues in the context. Sustainable development translate into the integration of environmental management into manufacturing design and technology decisions.
So now we have to think that unnecessary we are just producing waste. So it things should move in a cyclic manner. Like for nature shows us like for say take oxygen cycle or water cycle, how it goes. There's nothing wasted, it is reused. See what happens, water gets evaporated, it goes up, then comes down as rains, and then again it is the same cycle goes and on and on. So we should follow nature, we should not destroy things, because by destroying, yeah, overusing of resources will not lead to sustainable development. Maybe it will lead to the development of one particular generation, a few generations, but after that this is not a one time work, it has to go on and on. So now more and more emphasis is being uh, made on environmental issues in operations management. How to use things so that it is there for even for future generations. So whether you are using the resources, that is why now so much emphasis is being placed on renewable energy, energy which we are using to produce the things. That should be such energies like, for example, solar energy or wind energy, which will not get depleted. It will always be there. But how to use it, how to manage things with it. So, and that will lead to less pollution also in the environment. Yes, continue.
Recently, recently, corporations have been
Confronted.
confirmed, confronted with a number of global environmental challenges such as global warming, acid rain, depletions of nature resources, waste management, green consumption,
Consumerism.
conservation,
Hmm.
and pollution prevention. There is growing pressure to deliver product and service which are environmentally capability
Compatible. Hmm.
compatible. A number of corporations such as DuPont, 3M, AT&T, Xerox, and
Procter and Gamble.
Procter and Gamble are therefore integrated various environmental policies and program into their operation strategy and specific decision concerning operations such as product design, planning, process technology selection, and quality management.
So
Introduce
these
the
are some few examples. There are many other companies which are also, because now it has become mandatory. Because if you don't do this, we'll be losing the resources, and further development or further use of the technology will not be possible. So it is very essential that we, and it has led to a lot of problems also, like global warming is nothing new. Like today we are facing so much changes in the environment. There's some flood somewhere, glaciers are melting, and that has led to very drastic floods in the hillside. Because we have not looked into the environmental impact of our development. Like for example, in the mountains we see nowadays there is a lot of landsliding. Why? Because trees are being cut, mountains are being destroyed. So these things are, so we should avoid these things, we should use, and that has to be in the policy making of the organization. Organization right from the beginning should see ki things are done in a right way, so that the goal of sustainable development is maintained. Continue. Into
introduce the concept of environmental management and argues that
argues.
argues that firms which do not recognize the implications of environmental problem on the operation function will not succeed in the competitive market.
Market.
Various environmental management policies such as implementing aggressive pollution prevention programs, initiating environment-related performance measure, and developing green product and process technologies, provide opportunities to strengthen firms' distinctive competence competence in terms of operation objectives such as highest quality, low cost, best dependability, and greatest flexibility. Thus, EM gives a competitive advantage and develops new link between operations strategy and the corporate strategy, that is cost leadership and product differentiation.
So now, so environment management, we have along with producing or whatever you are producing, you are producing goods or services, you have to see that you are not harming the environment. It is not leading to greater disasters. So we have to take measures, and for this certain guidelines have been developed, and it is not new, it has been going on for the last 30 years. And we are seeing today that climate has changed a lot. uh, the temperature has also gone very much, for example these days. So I don't know about your side, but we are not having any rains. Only once in a while little bit of rain happens, and then it becomes very sultry and very hot. And so why has all this happened, which initial some uh, 10 years back the climate was quite different, but now it has changed and every one of us can see it. So we have to take measures at present. Once it things goes out of our hand, whatever measures we'll take, we will not get the desired result. So in fact it is quite late now only, but we have to see the importance of these measures. Why everyone, each one of us should emphasize, that is consumers, the general public, everyone, the producer, everyone should see that the environment is not affected by the uh, development process.
During the 1950s and 1960s, a force of science and technology have enabled the industries worldwide to produce a plethora of products,
Desirable, desirable product.
desirable products accessibly, which is turn has resulted in mass consumption and indiscriminate indiscriminate disposal habits. It has depleted the scarce natural resources, created excessive solid and hazardous waste, and polluted the earth. Furthermore, a series of events in the 1917 and 1980s, such as the accident at Bhopal in India, the Exxon Valdez oil spill, the discovery of Love Canal in upstate New York, and the release the Sarah title third data has led to an explosion of environmental awareness among corporations as well as consumer, industrial, and users all
All over
over
the
the
world.
world.
So it is not only, but it's concerning any one country, whether it has happened in India, it has happened, oil spill has happened in Bhopal, it has happened in
Hello, hello.
Yes, Praveen ji.
Disconnected है मैम शायद.
जी जी जी
use those fruits, we have to manage those things properly. We have to see that the environment is not degraded. Every
I think have some internet issue at their end.
Yeah, yeah.
because it keeps on depositing and it creates a lot of problems for the whole community.
Ma'am, I think have some issue in the internet connection because
Acha, you cannot see.
sharing again for this file, and
The slide is
your
not
voice
visible.
also. Your voice is also
Buffering.
Voice is also not clear.
yes. No, now
No, no,
clear,
it
but
is
Uh-huh.
now
now
clear.
in between you disconnected.
And the slide is not also visible.
Acha, again I should upload it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just one second.
Only you are visible, ma'am, in the main screen. Yeah, it is loading. Yeah, it is visible now, ma'am.
I don't know where, because whenever I connect, it says now you have to upgrade it, and for that you have to contact the IT admin. I have talked to Mr. Neeraj Roscoe, but otherwise you connect with the browser. And when I have connected with the browser, it is not giving the desired result. I don't exactly know what is the problem.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe some technical issue.
Some technical problem is there.
Yeah.
Because I cannot upgrade it myself. Because they said you contact IT admin. And who is IT admin? He is the IT admin.
Yeah, yeah.
Because Young Skill India has taken this link. Anyway, let's see what we can do. So you can see a lot of disaster, very major disaster like Bhopal, which happened. So many people died and so many people were affected by it. जो मर गए तो मर गए ठीक है, मगर जो अफेक्टेड हो गए उनकी तो जिंदगी ही बर्बाद हो गई. And it was such a big disaster. It happened in 84, but even today people are suffering from that. After effects are still to be seen. Because we had did not, because they were handling very hazardous gases and poison, but they did not handle it properly. Like we blame them, the US people who were running the organization, they blame us. I had read a book, it was written by it was a book on international business environment. It was written by American. He had blamed the Indians. Power was being slowly being given to the Indians, and they did not handle it properly. So exactly, I don't know. We blame them. So
Ma'am, again your voice not clear.
happening. Climate change is happening. Everybody is being affected by it. Extreme climates are there. Either it is extreme cold or extreme warm. In both the cases, people are suffering. So, we have to see that in our policy making only, we should have such policies which will give us a very good guideline that we develop in a manner in which environment is affected in the least possible way.
The environmental policies, ma'am.
Actually,
Okay. Ma'am, again the slide is not visible.
No, what is happening when I'm changing the slide? It is not visible. Okay, I'll just again I will.
Okay, ma'am.
Huh. Now it is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
The operation manager should play a significant role in the development as well as implement of an environmental management system EMS. The prime focus of an EMS is prevent adverse environmental effect and improve environmental performance by institutional
Initiative.
आज मैम थोड़ा मैटर ज्यादा है और फॉन्ट साइज थोड़ा स्मॉल हो रहा है
एक्चुअली वो नहीं हो रहा है ना, वो स्लाइड शो नहीं हो रहा, तो उससे बढ़ जाता है।
यस 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 यस
वो नहीं हो रहा है, पता नहीं, दैट इज द प्रॉब्लम।
various environmental program and practice such as initiating environmental related performance measure and developing green technology process and product the specific the specifications for an EMS suggest that the overall competitiveness of our company can be improved significantly if an EMS is fully integrated with the all function area, primary with operation management.
So in all the functional areas, like we should see to it that EMS as an operations manager, because that is your key role. As an operation manager, you have to see whatever guideline has been laid down. So you should follow that judiciously so that the environment is not being affected adversely, and like it is bringing misery to the whole human, not only human, all the livelihoods, whether it is plants or whether it is animals or human, everybody is being affected by it. Can you see
According
it?
to the yes, yes.
Yeah.
According to the British Standard Institutions BSI specification for environmental management system and EMS should identify and assesses the environmental effects arising from the organization's existing or proposed activities, product, and service. Identify and assess the environmental effect arising from incident, accident, and potential emergency situations. Identify and relevant regulatory requirement. Enable priorities to be identified and pertinent environmental objectives and target to be set. Ma'am, again disconnected your voice and
it had got disconnected. I'm again connecting. ठीक है, अब दिखाई दे रहा है?
yes.
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ.
Enable priorities to be identified and pertinent environmental objective and target to be set. Facilitated planning and control, auditing and reviewing activities to ensure both that the policy is completed with and that is remain relevant. Be capable of evaluation to suit changes circumstances.
So these are some of the objectives which any operations manager has to follow. This was set up by British Standard Institution. Identify and access the environmental effects. Whatever, suppose you're mining. So how it is affecting the environment, how it can be mitigated, how what should, suppose you are producing furniture, so you are cutting down trees. So at the same time, some large scale plantation of trees should be there, that so that the negative effect which the cutting down of trees will have on the environment is taken care of. Why is so much floods and all is happening in the hilly area? Because trees are being cut down. They were the ones who were holding the rainwater, holding the soil. There was less of landslides. Uh, even there are so many other activities which are going on the hillside, which is creating havoc over there. Landsliding, land caving. अरे अभी तो वहाँ क्या है, कौन सा ये पूरा का पूरा वो तो land had gone down. So many people were dislocated. The houses became cracked, and so all these problems arise because we were not
Ma'am, again we lost you.
आज तो मुश्किल है सर, लगता है.
जी, प्रवीण.
it got disconnected. So it is very essential identify and assess the environmental effects arising from the organization's existing or proposed activities, products or services. So how it will affect the environment? It is very essential. First identify and then assess how it will identify. What can happen? If you cannot do that, then how will you take measures to control them?
Yes, ma'am. There are many aspects, ma'am, like air pollution, water pollution,
Water
noise
pollution,
pollution. Yeah,
sound pollution.
yeah, and disposal of solid waste
तो
also.
क्या होता है? Ahead. अब जैसे कभी कभी वो लाइन्स बिछाते हैं या अंडरग्राउंड कुछ बना रहे हैं, तो इट माइट हैव सर्टेन इफेक्ट ऑन द, तो दे शुड आइदर टेक द और दे शुड नॉट डू इट. अभी जैसे लिंकिंग ऑफ रिवर्स भी हो रहे हैं, उसके बहुत सारे फायदे भी हैं, बट इट माइट लीड टू प्रॉब्लम्स आल्सो. तो वी शुड आल्सो ऑलवेज आइडेंटिफाई दोस प्रॉब्लम्स कि क्या होगा और कैसे हम उसको ठीक कर सकते हैं. कि for example, today we are using air conditioner everywhere, but we are polluting the environment. So much gas is being
Yeah, ma'am. Depletion of ozone layer.
ओजोन लेयर तो हो ही रहा है, वो तो हो ही रहा है, मगर ऐसे भी क्या होता है, are other living beings like you will see so many common birds are no more existing. कि छोटे छोटे गौरैया हम लोग देखते थे, वो कहाँ अब दिखाई दे रहा है. क्रो
वो भी नजर नहीं आ रहा है.
हाँ, वो भी नजर नहीं आ रहा है. They have disappeared because of the changing environmental condition, and this in the long run affects the, because ये एक chain है. We need everything. After all, God has made it कि there has to be a balance between all the living organisms. ऐसा नहीं है कि वो एक कोई चीज फालतू है. So these things are affecting our natural environment. Identify the relevant regulatory requirements. क्या करना चाहिए, कैसे उसको रेगुलेट करें कि हमारा वो मिनिमाइज रहे. देखो कुछ तो करना ही पड़ता है, कुछ you have to do it. there will always be some positive, but you have to see कि the negative effect is minimized. अब इतना
Lots
ज़्यादा
of
नहीं
the
हो.
solution for controlling or minimize this
हाँ,
pollutions, because BSI standard also define many
हाँ,
things,
many things. How to control the
and yearly audits according to BSI. Many companies follow this guidelines. Now
facility.
pollution department also improve day by day for the control the environment, but not success for that.
Actually, how sincerely we do our work, that matters a lot. गाइडलाइंस तो बन जाते हैं, पर क्या वो गाइडलाइंस को हम बहुत सिंसियरली फॉलो करते हैं कि नहीं करते हैं, दैट मैटर्स अ लॉट.
Yes, ma'am.
फॉर
That matters.
एग्जांपल व्हेन दैट गुजरात में अर्थक्वेक नहीं आया था, बहुत आई थिंक करीब करीब हो गया होगा 15-17 इयर्स बैक, बहुत भयंकर अर्थक्वेक आया था. तो मोस्ट ऑफ द हाउसेस व्हिच वर रिसेंटली मेड collapsed, और जो पुराने घर थे वो नहीं, क्योंकि they must have followed the guidelines. जो भी गाइडलाइंस, उस समय भी गाइडलाइंस तो बने ही होंगे. आज इतने पुराने पुराने मंदिर हैं और वो ये है, महल है, फोर्ट्स हैं, they have survived because they must have followed the guidelines. हम लोग जो कभी कभी जब अब फिर से जब इतना ज्यादा इफेक्ट होने लगा है, you are paying more attention to it. तो the guidelines which were laid down should be followed. खाली गाइडलाइन बना देने से नहीं होगा, it should be followed and adhere to, कि कोई फ्यूचर इसका misfortune, it won't lead to any very disastrous misfortune.
Actually, ma'am, all these things are correlate
हाँ,
for each other.
यही तो है, नेचर तो यही है, correlated है.
Yes, now industries are doing the work on very minimum profit. So all these things required the amount for completing these things.
Can you see it now? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
तो जैसे जैसे चेंजेस आ रहे हैं एनवायरनमेंट में, तो वी शुड बी equating with them कि how to prevent those changes. Okay, let's move.
Actually, MNC's company strictly follow the all rules. The Indian company is very.
अरे हमारा तो पोल्यूशन कंट्रोल बोर्ड है, उसमें भी बहुत धांधली है.
वो वही स्टार्टिंग तो वहीं से है मैम ना.
हाँ वही है. अब उनको ये नहीं समझते हैं. अब जैसे एक सड़क भी बनवा रहे हैं, अब सड़क अब बनवा रहे हैं, उसको ठीक से नहीं बनवा रहे हैं, थोड़े दिनों में टूट जा रहा है. एवरीबॉडी इज सफरिंग. नो मैटर हाउ मच मनी यू मेक योर बहुत बड़ा अपना फोर्ट्रेस की तरह घर बना ले, पर चलना तो उसी सड़क से पड़ेगा ना. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल, हम लोग कितनी भी गाली दे दे ब्रिटिशर्स को, बट द थिंग्स व्हिच दे हैड बिल्ट,
राइट वन,
अभी भी जो कॉलोनीज रेलवे का तो काफी बड़ा एस्टैब्लिशमेंट उन्होंने बनाया, बहुत जगह जगह कॉलोनीज बनाए, मगर वो घर अभी भी सरवाइव कर रहे हैं. जो
many things now have perfectly work.
The bridges which they have
and many buildings, yes,
buildings
many buildings
हमारा भी जो olden मैंने एरा में बने हैं वो ठीक है,
जी
अभी भी सरवाइव कर रहे हैं। तो इसका मतलब है कि जो भी आर्किटेक्ट था, जो भी उनके रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन थे, जो भी बनवाया होगा, ही और ही मस्ट हैव फॉलोड इट परफेक्टली, कि जो कहा गया वैसे ही बनाओ।
यस
क्योंकि देयर आर सो मेनी थिंग्स व्हिच यू हैव टू सी। लाइक वन ऑफ माय ब्रदर, ही वाज एन आर्किटेक्ट। तो बिहार में तो थोड़ा वो पटना एरिया इज earthquake prone है ना। So
यस
what
यस
he had done, in the foundation he had given sand ka uh, base, so that if there is a earthquake, it'll be affected, but it won't fall down. I remember in 1988, we were at Delhi, and that day we saw in the paper that there was an earthquake in Patna, quite a heavy earthquake. So what he got very worried, because the first building which he had designed was a 10-storied building. उसके पहले उतना हाई राइजिंग बिल्डिंग पटना में नहीं बनते थे, बंगलोज वगैरह बनते थे, पर हाई राइजिंग बिल्डिंग का अभी वहां उतना फैशन नहीं था, अभी तो बहुत ज्यादा हो गया है। तो ही वाज वेरी वरीड, तो ही इमीडिएटली contacted someone in Patna to know what was the position of his building, and they just said, "No, it is all right." Then he told me he had used sand base to protect it from earthquakes. So these are the things, जो भी है कंस्ट्रक्शन में हो या even in coal areas. One of my students, she has done her PhD on this accountability of coal mines. तो देखा कि बहुत सारे नॉर्म्स वो लोग फॉलो ही नहीं करते हैं। इफ यू टॉक टू देम,
एक्चुअली जो अपने गवर्नमेंट एजेंसीज या डिपार्टमेंट है वो एक्चुअली स्टार्टिंग गलत करने की वही सिखाते हैं। ये
वही
सबसे बड़े
सिखाते हैं।
इंडिया में प्रॉब्लम है।
सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है दिखावा में, हम लोग इतना रहते हैं कि पैसा बना लो। अरे पैसा बनाओगे तो उससे जो प्रॉब्लम्स क्रिएट होंगे, और तुम्हें
वो
दूसरे
कोई
को भी
सोचता नहीं
लालच
अभी।
दिलाओगे, वो भी गलत
अभी
काम करेगा।
in front of my company,
हम्म,
big company of making starch and glucose,
हम्म,
मैम मैंने उसको लगभग 5 ईयर वॉच किया।
हम्म,
लगभग 10 से 12 इंच पानी, मतलब
हम्म,
पाइप जो रहता है अपना 10 से 12 इंच मोट जो डाया उसका,
हम्म,
24x7 वो एक कैनाल में जा रहा था, और वो
हम्म,
नीचे से मतलब ग्राउंड वाटर को लिफ्ट कर रहे थे, और
हम्म।
कंटिन्यू इतना पानी वेस्टेज कर रहे थे। 5 ईयर तो मैंने उसको देखा कि वो 5 ईयर तक, और पोल्यूशन डिपार्टमेंट कुछ नहीं कह रहा है उसको।
हाँ, कुछ नहीं कर रहा है।
कितना पानी 5 साल में उसने खराब कर दिया।
छोटी छोटी बात है कि जैसे लोगों को कहना पड़ेगा कि नल को जब आप यूज कर ले तो उसको बंद कर दीजिए। शायद
यस
घर का नल तो रहेगा। Incorporated in our education to keep our environment neat and clean. अभी ये नहीं खाना खाए वहीं पर फेंक दिया। अभी गंगा घाट, आई लिव इन वाराणसी, तो वी हैड गॉन टू गंगा। ऐसा नहीं है, वेस्ट भी अभी तो काफी डेवलप किया है, काफी उन लोगों ने ये भी बना दिया है वेस्ट डिस्पोजल एरियाज वगैरह, पर पीपल वांट थ्रो इट ओवर देयर। क्या है, थोड़ा सा चलना पड़ेगा और कुछ नहीं है, but they'll just have something and then they throw it over there only. How can it be kept
वी
clean?
आर अवेयर बट नॉट वांट टू डू दिस
We are
एक्टिविटी।
not bothered. अब हो गया। इवन इफ यू ट्रैवलिंग बाय रेलवे, रेलवे में भी ठीक है, जो क्लीनर आएगा ही और शी विल कम आफ्टर सर्टेन इंटरवल, बट इफ वी डिस्पोज ऑफ थिंग्स प्रॉपरली, वी डोंट थ्रो इट ओवर हियर एंड देयर, तो इट विल बी क्लीन, होल थिंग विल बी क्लीन। अब recently I had been to Patna for some official work. अब एसी फर्स्ट का जो बाथरूम था, लगता था कि कितने दिनों से वो क्लीन ही नहीं हुआ है, इतना गंदा था। पर एसी, क्योंकि शायद
AC first.
एसी फर्स्ट, और आई
Oh
डोंट
my
नो,
God.
although I was traveling on a official duty, तो इसीलिए I was traveling by AC first, तो generally कहाँ ऐसे travel करते हैं, and it was so dirty. I told him about what can you do. बोले there are small things we should consider. जो environment को भी स्वच्छ रहेगा, it will keep our health properly. Everything will be, but small things matter a lot. तो उसी तरह है, if the corporation operations are also, it is not one man's job. It is a integrated. Every should contribute towards it. खाली rules and regulations बना देने से नहीं होता. You have to see to it that it is adhered to, and this should be part of our education. Right from the childhood, the child should be taught कि how to keep your environment clean and healthy.
Actually, 50 more than 50% companies, industries are doing only the paperwork,
हाँ, पेपर वर्क सब हो जाना
not done by
हाँ,
the physically.
पेपर वर्क होना चाहिए, पेपर में सब चीज ठीक होना चाहिए.
तो यही मैम चल रहा है इंडस्ट्री
हाँ.
लाइन में. तो मैंने देखा है कि मोर देन 50% सब यही काम करते हैं कि पेपर वर्क कंप्लीट, उसको जो ऑडिटर आएगा उसको तो दिखा देना है,
हाँ,
उस दिन के लिए, एक दिन
ऑडिटिंग
के
भी
लिए
हो
बढ़िया
जाएगा,
से कर
पास
देना
भी
है,
हो जाएगा, सब हो जाएगा,
पास भी हो
पर
जाएगा, सब हो जाता है.
एक्चुअल क्या हो रहा है, वी आर नॉट बॉदर्ड अबाउट दैट.
कितना हार्मफुल है वो नहीं समझते हैं लोग, और वो करते जाते हैं.
हाँ, तो वही तो है. राइट फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग, इफ द चाइल्ड इज टॉट कि क्या व्हाट इज द बेनिफिट ऑफ कीपिंग योर एनवायरनमेंट क्लीन, तो एक हैबिट बन जाएगा ना, तो फिर शायद थिंग्स विल इम्प्रूव अ लॉट. तो बेसिक
डेफिनेटली
एजुकेशन,
मैम,
हाँ,
ये स्कूल से स्टार्ट हो तो बहुत ही अच्छा इसका
हाँ,
इम्पैक्ट आएगा.
बेसिक एजुकेशन इससे स्टार्ट होना चाहिए. जैसे हम लोग
जी.
आजकल क्या होता है, स्कूल के टाइमिंग्स भी इतने कम उनको बहुत such as DuPont, 3M, AT&T, Xerox, Contractor.
All these the MNC's company मैम.
हाँ, these are एक्चुअली ऐसा ना कि इंडियन कंपनीज का तो कहीं एग्जाम्पल भी नहीं मिलता है. गोइंग थ्रू द लिटरेचर तो कोई एग्जाम्पल भी नहीं मिलता है. तो एग्जाम्पल जहाँ से मिलेगा वहीं से तो लेंगे.
Yes, yes.
ये हो जाता है ना कि वहाँ है नहीं. तो these are MNCs. Just read it.
मैम एक्चुअली वो प्रेजेंट नहीं हो रहा, दोबारा से शेयर करना
अच्छा
पड़ेगा.
अच्छा अच्छा, ठीक है, कर रहे हैं.
Can I read it, Praveen ji?
Okay, no
अरे
issue.
सॉरी, अब दिख रहा है.
Yes, yes मैम.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, company operations decision and benefit.
Yes.
3M's pharmaceutical plant in CA developed a water-based medicine tablet, replacing a solvent base. Change cost the US dollar 60K, but eliminated he need or US dollar 130K
हाँ,
in pollution control
तो
equipment.
वहाँ कंट्रोल हुआ ना, तो प्राइस तो अफेक्ट होगा ना, जो उन लोग पैसा लगा रहे थे पोल्यूशन को कंट्रोल करने में, वो अब नहीं, क्योंकि फ्रॉम सॉल्वेंट बेस दे मूव टू वाटर मेडिसिन टैबलेट. तो दिस वे it benefited not only the company but also the environment. Procter and that is Canada. See,
Uh, PNG Germany unit introduced Lehner concentrate fabric softener in small and flexible pouch, reduced packaging waste by up to 85%.
Renault.
And Reynolds metals replacing solvent waste ink with water in packaging plants. Cost emissions 65%, cut emissions 65% and saved US dollar 30 million in production equipment. And AT&T redesigned board process, reduced cost by US dollar 3 million annually, eliminated use of chemicals. And last is Xerox instituted reuse of packaging and pallets based on a standardized. Ma'am, the slide is not visible, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. A Xerox instituted reuse of packaging and pellets based on standardized design, reduced 10K tons of waste, and saved up to US dollar 15 million annually.
So this way we can not only retain the environment suitability, but also reduce the cost of the produce.
Very good changes in processes and reduce the wastage and chemical use.
जैसे पहले we had gone for these fertilizers which were chemical based when we were small. तो जो हमारे घर में तो कभी ऐसे फर्टिलाइजर्स यूज नहीं होते थे, वेस्ट मैटर ही यूज होता था, biological waste matters, whether it was even now what we do, we have made a small hole in our garden where we dump all the vegetable waste. And I had read somewhere that if you put some these earthworms on it, they convert it into very good manure.
Actually, after the Harit Kranti, they started the chemical fertilizers.
हाँ, तो हुआ, तो मगर उससे फिर लैंड बहुत ज्यादा अफेक्ट हो गया. So many lands became unusable. So
now it's very difficult to do the agriculture without the chemical and pesticides.
इसीलिए आजकल लोग ऑर्गेनिक फर्टिलाइजर यूज तो कर रहे हैं, पर फिर प्राइस इतना ज्यादा है. ऑर्गेनिक मैटर्स का देखो तो बहुत ज्यादा प्राइस है.
Yes.
But I remember when we were small, तो ऑर्गेनिक ही फर्टिलाइजर्स यूज होता था गार्डन में. Whether it was human waste or animal waste, यही सब होता था. And they were much healthier. Even the taste was much better. The taste of the vegetable was much better.
Ma'am, live example, I have a live example. We have some vegetables take from our home village. उन सबका टेस्ट जो मार्केट से हम लेके आते हैं वो आज भी डिफरेंट है, क्योंकि उसमें कोई पेस्टिसाइड हम यूज नहीं करते.
हाँ, नहीं करते, बहुत फर्क होता है.
नहीं, अभी एक्चुअली क्या है, मैं अभी रह रहा हूँ तो जॉब कर रहा हूँ तो बाहर रह रहा हूँ, लेकिन कभी घर से कुछ ऐसा आ जाता है, वेजिटेबल्स जो घर पे होती है गांव में, तो उनका टेस्ट ही कुछ अलग होता है मैम।
उनका एकदम टेस्ट अलग होता है। जैसे अभी हम लोग का घर तो काफी बड़ा है और काफी लैंड भी है, बट बिकॉज ऑफ मंकी प्रॉब्लम्स नाउ वी कैन नॉट ग्रो एनीथिंग। बच्चे मंकी भी क्या करेंगे? In Varanasi there is a very famous temple, Sankat Mochan. It is
यस
Hanuman uh,
टेम्पल।
now they can also, because everybody wants food, whether you are an animal or a plant or anyone. तो ये सब का अफेक्ट तो हुआ ही है। हम लोग इतना कंक्रीट का जंगल बना के रख दिए हैं। इवन ना there are so many houses which are empty, big houses which are empty. Then now we have built multi flats. So they have created concrete jungles, and this has led to environmental problems. This is not only in the manufacturing industry, even in other industry, whatever industry you take, you have to look into the environmental issues related with it. Can you say it? Ethical issues in operations management.
No, ma'am.
काइंडली शेयर अगेन मैम।
अच्छा अच्छा, ओके। अब तो दिख रहा होगा।
यस यस।
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Ethical issues in operations management. Examples of ethical consideration in operations management decision include customer safety, employee safety, materials recyclability, waste disposal, and pollutions, repetitive tasks, stress in workplace, restrictive company cultures, and employment policies, fluctuations in working hours, consumption of energy, and energy efficiency, implications of plant location, closure, and vertical integration on employment, impact of process location on on environment and exploitation of
Resources.
resources.
So,
Ethics, yes, ma'am.
hmm. Yes, yes, continue.
Ethics in operations management is truly significant, especially in world-class operations, and it should be considered in line with corporate responsibility. Another reason for importance of ethics is the ethical consequences that arise from the business or operations strategy of some companies to obtain cost advantage by outsourcing. Ethics in operations management is concerned on the way how profit is obtained rather than on the quantity of profit which is considered enough. The drift between profits and the responsibilities of the company are to blame for the rise of ethical issues.
Like so many times we make compromise of our ethical issues if we want to make profit. So that should not be there. Ethics should come first. What is right, what is good for everyone. Like as it says कि customer safety. अब ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको उससे प्राइस बहुत अच्छा रहा बट इट इज नॉट वेरी सेफ टू यूज इट, यू सेल इट टू कस्टमर। तो कस्टमर सेफ्टी इज एज बिकॉज एथिक्स से क्या होता है ना कि गुडविल इज डेवलप्ड एंड गुडविल से you फिर वो मगर उससे क्या था, लॉन्ग रन में वी आर इन प्रॉब्लम. We have to see to it कि we follow the ethical issues, keep doing the right thing and taking everyone into consideration, not only customer, the employee, the materials, recyclability. क्योंकि उससे क्या होगा, रिसाइक्लेबिलिटी को हम लोग नहीं देखेंगे तो our waste will increase. वेस्ट को कैसे डिस्पोज कर रहे हैं, some waste might be hazardous to the nature, so how it is being disposed, pollution को कैसे कंट्रोल कर रहे हैं, repetitive task है और it is very all the stress in workplace, all these things has to be seen to that and see. ऐसा नहीं है कि you can eliminate them absolutely, but as far as possible try to minimize them, so that whoever is working in the there is also feeling at peace, and naturally you can then only expect the productivity to increase. So all these things are integrated. You cannot say कि it won't lead to greater production. Naturally greater production, so greater profitability. So maybe if you are cutting on something, it is maybe for the short time it is giving you advantage, but the long run it will give you disadvantage, and you will be in problem, because once you are in a business or you are working somewhere, it is not a one time job, it is an ongoing job. So you have to keep everything, do everything possible to keep it running smoothly, and it should be enjoyable by everyone. जैसे हम लोग जब छोटे थे तो we were told a story by our teachers. पता नहीं अब तुम लोग तो इस जनरेशन में पढ़े थे, टॉम सॉयर की किताबें हैं. इट इज फ्रॉम अमेरिकन लिटरेचर. इट वाज क्वाइट फेमस एट दैट टाइम. अब तो बच्चे पता नहीं क्या क्या पढ़ते हैं, आई डोंट नो. तो उसमें था ना कि इन यूएस तो दे डू एवरीथिंग बाय देयर own self. They don't have so many servants or other laborers to do their work. So Tom Sawyer was an orphan, and he used to live with his aunt, who was a spinster. So aunt, एक दिन संडे के दिन aunt told him to paint the gate. अब उस संडे का समय था, it was a holiday, all the children were going to the beach, so he felt very bad कि मैं यहाँ बैठ के पेंट करूंगा और मेरे फ्रेंड्स तो सब घूमने जा रहे हैं बीच पर. So what he did when he was painting but since his aunt had asked him to do it, he had to do it. तो वो क्या किया, जब पेंट करने लगा तो ऐसे करने लगा जैसे उसको बहुत उसमें मजा आ रहा है. जो उसके फ्रेंड्स आए पहले तो बोले अरे क्या कर रहे हो तुम बैठ के यहाँ पेंट कर रहे हो, हम लोग तो अभी बीच में जा रहे हैं. तो ऐसे दिखाएगा रे बीच में जाना क्या है, पेंट करना ज्यादा अच्छा है. तो वो अपना पेंट करता रहा. तो and what happened, the children got so interested in that painting job. बोले ये तो बड़ी मजेदार बात है, बीच में क्या होगा. That by the end all of them helped him. So by the end of the day the gate had 3 coats of painting. So if you want to increase the productivity, it is very essential that the well-being of the people, the interest of the workforce should be encouraged, and they should feel involvement in it. They should be able to enjoy working, doing that. Then only the profitability of the corporation also will increase.
Ma'am, you've lost the connection.
हाँ हाँ हाँ.
Yes, ma'am, it is visible now.
Now it is. So the employees, not only employees safety, but even the involvement of the employees. जैसे हम लोग ने शुरू में जब वैल्यू सिस्टम पढ़ा था, शुरू में पढ़ा था ना एचसीएम में कि vision, mission, and the value system on which all these things are developed. There are so many very good companies which make their employees feel that the organization belongs to them and they are working for the improvement not of the organization but also of their own self. So it is very key they should have a safe and enjoyable environment should be given to them. Safe. So maybe if you make cut costs at that level, you might save something, but in the long run you will be losing. But that involvement is not there, you will not get the profit or the productivity which you want. Yes, ethics in operation management is truly significant, especially in world-class operation, and it should be considered in line with corporate. ये नहीं है कि जो corporate responsibility है उसको तो देखना ही है, but the ethics should also be taken care of, because if you, what happens if you have good ethics, you create a goodwill, तो मार्केट में आपका नाम होगा और इससे आपकी सस्टेनेबिलिटी इन मार्केट विल इंक्रीज, बिकॉज यू आर देयर नॉट फॉर वन डे, यू आर देयर टू बी देयर फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम. अभी जितने भी वर्ल्ड क्लास है, नेस्ले है, अदर एमएनसीज हैं, और एचपी ले लो, इट वाज स्टार्टेड बाय 2 इंजीनियर्स इन देयर गराज, बट टुडे इट इज वर्ल्ड क्लास. बहुत, so this is the goal of any organization. I don't know whether you are able to hear me or not. Hello.
Oh,
Yes, yes, sir.
yeah, we can hear now. Yes, ma'am.
Achha. So following ethics is very important. It leads to goodwill, and goodwill will lead to longer sustainability of the organization. क्योंकि कहा जाता है ना कि to attract a new customer is 5 times costlier than to maintain the old customers. So if you are not ethical in your behavior, you will lose customers. हो सकता है दूसरे लोगों को फिर उसमें आपका ज्यादा खर्च होगा, शुरू में थोड़ा पैसा बचाने में हो सकता है कि you will be losing more money in the market. So ethical issues should be always taken care of. Yes, can you read this?
Yes, ma'am. Reason for unethical practices. Ethical issues arise usually out of ethical dilemmas, where a decision needs to be taken from 2 or more equally urgent yet incompatible alternatives. This could give rise to ethical issue of opportunism. This is considered an ethical behavior as it refers to the abuse of opportunity. In operations management, managers or leaders might get involved and become vulnerable to unethical choices due to a number of opportunities that may be abused. It could be either due to the pressure of cost reduction or impractical strategies objectives, such as area vulnerable to opportunism is procurement, where the worker assigned in the job role handles a significant amount of company resources. The exposure of procurement manager to external environment out of the business entity that makes her or him easily prone to the conduct of unethical act.
अभी ऐसा हो सकता है कि आप कहीं से प्रोक्योर कर रहे हैं, दे आर गिविंग यू हायर इंसेंटिव, तो अब कहीं से क्वालिटी माइट बी बेटर, बट वो जो आपको इंसेंटिव दे रहे हैं वो कम है, तो you might go for the other thing. But what will happen in the long run? That quality of your procurement will affect the quality of the product which you are producing or the service which you are giving. So longer run, you will suffer. It is not that there are so many dilemmas. ये करे कि वो करे, ऑलमोस्ट समान ही है, एक में थोड़ा कम पैसा लग रहा है, तो यू माइट बी गोइंग, बट यू हैव टू थिंक वेरी डीपली बिफोर टेकिंग एनी डिसीजन, एंड इट्स मच बेटर टू adhere to ethical practices.
Procurement managers might face a situation where many suppliers compete and offer different favors and gifts just to create a business deal. And abuse of this opportunity creates a severe ethical issue as it directly tarnishes business reputation dealing with third parties.
अभी क्या होता है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल ये जो मेडिकल रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स होते हैं, अब वो जाते हैं डॉक्टर्स के पास, दे स्टार्ट ऑफरिंग देम सो मेनी गिफ्ट्स, और कितने बार उनका उनके 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 फैमिली के लिए दे इवन फाइनेंस देयर ट्रिप्स. तो they will naturally, if they get lured by these things, they will naturally won't look at the actual quality of the medicine, which is, माने medicine तो एक ऐसी चीज है जो it is a question of life and death for the patient. नहीं है, मान लो डेथ नहीं हुआ, बहुत कुछ हार्म भी हो जाएगा, तो वो भी तो खराब है. There are so many times in the news it comes कि because of the wrong medicine was given at such a hospital, so many people lost their eyes, कुछ eye drop पड़ा था, because they had entertained a supplier who had given them a big cut, कुछ incentives दिया होगा या कुछ gifts दिए होंगे. तो these situations should be avoided, क्योंकि ठीक है, गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल में तो क्या होता है ना कि ये सब चीजें तो ये हो जाती हैं, ठीक है, उस आदमी को सस्पेंड कर दिया, मगर बट इन अदर प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल वेयर देयर सो मच ऑफ कंपटीशन, उनका भी तो ये बिजनेस ही है ना. तो फॉर दिस दे हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल कि नॉट टू बी led by unethical practices. It is always benefit. Can you hear me now?
Yes, now
Hello?
I hear you. Yes, yes, yes.
जैसे unethical practices, for example, when these
Actually, ma'am, all the persons know very well these things कि डॉक्टर्स जो है इस तरीके से वर्किंग कर रहे हैं, लेकिन डॉक्टर्स का मेडिकल लाइन मतलब ऐसी है एक आज की डेट में कि कोई कहने वाला नहीं है. मतलब एक आम आदमी को ये बात पता है कि वो गिफ्ट्स या इस तरीके के चीजें चलती हैं, लेकिन गवर्नमेंट इसमें बिल्कुल इन्वॉल्व नहीं है.
तो बिल्कुल इन्वॉल्व नहीं है.
ये करप्शन तो बढ़ने ही बढ़ने हैं.
हम ही लोग करप्शन बढ़ाते हैं.
अब
इतने।
वो सब एक से एक जुड़ा हुआ मैम चेन है। अब वो
हाँ।
1 से 1.5 करोड़ लगा के एमबीबीएस करता है, क्योंकि
हम्म।
उसको सीट नहीं मिलने वाली है, प्राइवेट करेगा 1-1.5 करोड़ लगाता है, फिर वो कमाने की सोचता है। वो सब चेन चल रहा है।
ये तो सब जगह, अभी जब छोटे क्लास में बच्चे का एडमिशन कराने जाओ अच्छे स्कूल में, तो
हाँ, तब
वहाँ
भी डोनेशन देना
डोनेशन से
पड़ता
चलता है। तो जब
है।
डोनेशन देगा तो फिर वो कहीं से तो उसको फिर कमाएगा। ये तो
डेफिनेटली।
ऐसा एक विस्कस साइकिल है ना।
यस यस।
वो अब पता नहीं इसका क्या अंत होगा,
वो
कितना
मतलब
भी।
ये ब्रेकेबल नहीं है फिलहाल तो।
हाँ।
कहीं टूटेगा नहीं चेन।
हाँ, बात जानते तो सब लोग हैं कि एथिक्स को फॉलो करना चाहिए, पर फिर
हाँ।
वो एथिक्स को कैसे फॉलो करे जब उसने इतना पैसा लगाया है। जैसे आजकल तो प्रमोशन के लिए पैसा दो, फिर तुम्हारे अपॉइंटमेंट के लिए पैसा दो, तो जब लगेगा तो वो अपना कमाएगा।
अब गवर्नमेंट में बोले हमें पोस्टिंग वहां चाहिए तो पैसा चाहिए।
हाँ।
चेन है, बड़ा
मगर
मुश्किल
अब
काम है।
मुश्किल काम, बहुत मुश्किल काम है। हमें तो लगता
अब
है
ये
दिन ब
चीजें
दिन ये
अब
बढ़ता ही
एक्चुअली
जा रहा है।
एक्चुअली जब हम पढ़ते थे मैम,
हम्म।
जब कोई भी स्टूडेंट मतलब एक अपने लर्निंग फेज में होता है,
हम्म।
उस टाइम पे ये चीजें उसको अच्छी लगती है, मतलब समझ
हम्म।
में आती हैं। जो आप
हाँ।
मतलब जो हम बुक्स से जो लर्न करते हैं, जो गेन करते हैं, वो चीजें उस टाइम पे लगती हैं, हाँ ठीक है, अच्छी चीज है,
हम्म।
ऐसे करेंगे या ऐसे
हम्म।
होती हैं।
हम्म।
बट इन रियल लाइफ में अब जब हम, जैसे हम लोग प्रोफेशनल लाइफ में अब हैं, तो अब चीजें, अब ऐसा लगता है कि किताबें बिना मतलब में पढ़ाई जा रही हैं, क्योंकि उनकी कोई वैल्यू है ही नहीं। मतलब प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ में ऐसा लगता है अब।
ये तो है, मगर क्या करोगे, वो जो संस्कार बचपन में डाल दिए जाते हैं ना, वो
जी।
खत्म नहीं होते हैं। इसीलिए इट इज वेरी नेसेसरी कि वी शुड फोकस जब, क्योंकि वो फाउंडेशन है। जैसे एक कितना भी सुंदर बिल्डिंग बना लो, यदि उसका फाउंडेशन फॉल्टी है तो जिंदगी में प्रॉब्लम देगा।
यस। तो
वही बात हो गया है कि
बस
हम
ये है
लोग
कि
अपने
ट्राई तो किया जाता है अच्छा बनाने के लिए लोगों को, लेकिन वो
प्राइम।
बड़े होते होते फिर वो दिक्कत मतलब वहीं पहुंच जाते हैं।
हाँ, तो जो उनको ये करते उनका नहीं है फाउंडेशन अच्छा,
जी।
वो पोल्यूट कर रहे हैं। और फिर इतना कंज्यूमरिज्म हो गया है ना, इतने तरह के गुड्स आ गए हैं अब मार्केट में, एवरीबॉडी वांट्स एवरीथिंग। तो इससे भी वो एथिकल बिहेवियर की तरफ उतना ध्यान नहीं दे पाते हैं।
यस मैम।
अभी आप भी देखिए, अब शादियां हो रही है, डेस्टिनेशन वेडिंग, अब उसमें कितने कितने करोड़ों खर्च हो रहा है, तो कहाँ से आएगा जब हम उसकी मतलब जो एक, आई रिमेम्बर व्हेन आई वाज वेरी स्मॉल, हम लोग का एक मॉरल साइंस होता था, उसमें मैरिज का डेफिनेशन था, इट इज अ अंडरस्टैंडिंग बिटवीन अ मैन एंड अ वुमन। तो हम ऐसे छोटे थे तब समझ नहीं में, अब रट रट के पढ़ रहा था, डेफिनेशन याद कर रहा था। तो माय अंकल बिकम वेरी एंग्री, ही सेड नो, मैरिज इज अ यूनियन ऑफ टू सोल्स। अब यूनियन, बिकॉज फॉर हिम, उनको जब व्हेन ही मस्ट हैव, तो उनको ये सिखाया गया होगा इट इज अ यूनियन ऑफ टू सोल्स। तो
यस
मैरिज का भी तो डेफिनेशन चेंज हो रहा है।
यस मैम।
आज आज क्या मैरिज में भी द गर्ल आल्सो लुक्स फॉर अ बॉय हु इज वेरी, मतलब ही इज अर्निंग अ लॉट। The boy also looks for a girl whose family can give him a fat dowry, बहुत lavish wedding होना चाहिए। तो ये सब चीजें अब कौन, कोई तो जाना ही नहीं चाहता सिंपल मैरिज के लिए, where the actual meaning of marriage is, they don't, nobody is bothered. It is the show and pomp which is अब because of our media, because of movies and televisions, ये सब चीजें तो और इंक्रीज ही हो रहा है दिन पर दिन। वी टॉक टू द यंगर जनरेशन, हो गए अभी भी ऐसा नहीं है, अभी भी कुछ यंगर जनरेशन फिर दे आर गोइंग बैक। ठीक है, let's. So these are the challenges of ethics. पहला तो है favoritism. Yes, can you see it?
Yes, ma'am. Ethical challenges. Favoritism. Favoritism is an ethical challenge where the employee acts as intermediaries who tend to exaggerate the problem of either the buyer or the supplier in order to obtain a business deal, giving preferential treatment to certain parties, allowing certain personalities to interfere with business deals, engaging in reciprocity, and seeking and providing information of different business quotes from different competitors, either in a fair or unfair manner. These deeds might be carried out for a material or personal gain that result in unethical code of operations management.
Management. See, favoritism से क्या है कि you have to get that business also. For example, you look at all these insurance companies, जो private insurance companies हैं, they'll be after you, and the way they'll project is as it is for the benefit of the customer. पर customer को क्या benefit मिलता है पता नहीं, उनका तो benefit हो जाता है. तो these things are leading to unethical practices. Next is bribery.
Bribery. Yet another ethical issue that arises in operations is bribery. It is an act of offering payments, services, products, or opportunities in exchange of getting things in favor. It cannot be treated under the pursuit of gifting. Accepting gifts from people who have direct influence on the operations functions may be considered as unethical. This is seen as an ethical issue as the person being gifted and have the ability to satisfy the interest of person offering the gift. Other ethical issues to consider in operations are breach of confidence, in negligence and fraud.
एक होता है gift, and if you are actually bribing that person to for your own benefit, so this is an unethical thing.
Corporate responsibility. One of the latest and emerging view on business ethics links corporate responsibility and ethics. The green movement in businesses is an example of ethical consideration. According to this movement, companies are seen responsible for the environment as part of their ethics. For example, a business that is into proper making would take up planting a tree per number of batches of paper product produced. This also helps in sustainability of the environment instead of causing harm to it.
So सब paper making है, you are cutting down paper making है या furniture है, which are cutting down the trees. So they should have a ethical consideration for the environment. They should plant equal number of trees so that the environment is not being affected. A sustainable development हो.
Overcoming ethical issues. The best and practical way to help operations managers to control ethical issues is by establishing a code of conduct within the organization. This helps to create a sense of awareness and discipline among the employees and consequences of not abiding it. Every business is left with the liability to serve the public in an ethical manner. Hence, they need to maintain public trust and reputation to survive in the market. Developing and adhering strictly to ethical code of conduct will help to overcome the ethical issues faced by them. And leadership too has its role to play when it comes to wiping off ethical issues. Ethical leadership could be viewed as a vital factor to promote ethics in organizations, as many incidents involve the acts of a few employees in such unethical incidents. Ethical leadership will help to will help tackling this. Ethical leaders can chalk out practical ways of instilling a sense of trust and integrity among employees and formulating ethical strategies to drive operations of a business. And the increasing number of companies being involved in ethical controversies that that have brought the business down have made it possible for the others to understand the significance of integrating ethics in operations management to ensure market sustenance and profitability.
So, see, leadership, how the leadership is motivating the people to follow. एक तो rules and regulation बनाओ, देखो कि they are being followed properly, then how it is being followed, कैसे आप उनको समझाएंगे? You can give examples. Organizations which have not followed the ethical issues have in the long run come down. तो ठीक है, थोड़ी difficulties होंगे शुरू में, मगर in the long run you will be the winner.
Technological issues in operations management. There are basically two types of technology used in operations management. First is hard equipments and devices that perform a variety of tasks in the creation and delivery of goods and services. Examples: computers, robots, barcode scanners, RFID tags, etc. And soft applications of internet, computer software, and information systems to provide data, information, and analysis, and to facilitate the creation and delivery of goods and services. Example: databases, AI, voice recognition software, etc.
So you use to produce anything, whether it is a good or service, you need both hard and soft. केवल hard equipment से नहीं होगा, उसको कैसे, ऐसे कंप्यूटर से तो कुछ नहीं होगा. If you don't have the software, what will it do? So you need both the hard and the soft technology to produce anything.
मैम एआई आजकल कुछ ज्यादा मतलब यूज हो रहा है
हाँ, आजकल तो सब
थोड़ा सा अगर कुछ इसमें
check it.
Common manufacturing technology issues. Right technology, appropriate setup and configuration of process resources, properly trained labor equipments, continuous improvement of process performance, effective scheduling. The slide is not visible now.
Like for example, they are also producing pictures using AI, artificial intelligence. So हुआ भी नहीं है to create a picture which will show that this place was bombarded. That also has both negative and positive side.
How to work AI? What is the definition, correct definition of AI?
AI is the intelligence which has been
Artificial intelligence.
artificially created. You make the machine do certain. जैसे एक बहुत सिंपल एग्जांपल है, जैसे when you are searching on the net, suppose you have searched on operations management, तो you will, because then the AI will be watching you कि क्या तुम सर्च कर रहे हो, तो it automatically things related with your search will start coming on your screen. You must have seen when you are
Mostly
using
YouTube and
Yes, yes.
YouTube
Facebook.
करो, Facebook
All
करो,
social
Instagram करो,
platforms.
yes, हाँ, जो भी प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं, they are using वो रिकॉग्निशन पैटर्न रिकॉग्नाइज करना पहला काम करते हैं. अभी भी आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस ऐसा नहीं है कि इट हैज टेकन मैन्स इंटेलिजेंस. वो भी तो हम ही लोग एल्गोरिथम बनाए हैं ना.
Yes.
एक मुझे याद है, बहुत एक डॉल लेके आई थी मेरी मदर यूएसए से, तो उस ऐसा था ना, उसको आप ABCD सिखाइए, तो पहले वो बोले जैसे ABCD सिखाइएगा तो कहेगी AC, उल्टा पुल्टा बोलेगी, फिर 2-3 बार बोलेगा तो फिर ठीक से बोलने लगी, फिर धीरे धीरे कुछ कुछ सीखने लगेगी. आफ्टर सर्टेन टाइम आई रियलाइज कि ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, उसको बस एक साउंड का इनपुट चाहिए. अब कुछ मत बोलिए, उसको किसी तरह का साउंड दीजिए, देखिए वही चीज वो फिर अपनाने लगेगी. तो ये तो एल्गोरिथम जो बनाता है, ही अंडरस्टैंड, ही और शी जो भी उसको डेवलप किया है, एंड इट हैज, वो एल्गोरिथम धीरे धीरे अब और कॉम्प्लेक्स बनता जा रहा है. तो इससे हम ज्यादा से ज्यादा चीज उसका पैटर्न स्टडी करते हैं. I mean, then we can see कि what type of things, what is, for example, in fashion industry, if they study the population, then they can predict कि what type of things will be required in the future. तो ऐसा नहीं है, जैसे कभी कभी आप you are speaking to a machine, suppose you say कि they'll ask you what is your name, अपना नाम बता, तो बोल अरे ब्यूटीफुल नेम. यदि आप XYZ भी बोल देंगे ना तो वही बोलेगा, क्योंकि उसको आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस को सिखाया हुआ है. तो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस भी अभी इतना नहीं है कि इट हैज टेकन द इंटेलिजेंस ऑफ मैनकाइंड. आफ्टर ऑल, people who are educated in that line, they have developed the algorithm for them to find out so many things.
Actually, artificial intelligence is collecting the resources.
And analyzing those resources. Analyzing the resources and coming to certain conclusions.
Okay.
जैसे अभी क्या होता है ना कि everything is linked together. आपका मान लीजिए एक बैंक से 2-3 बैंक्स में अकाउंट है, सब में आपका तो पैन नंबर वही रहेगा. तो इफ द आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस सपोज वो इनकम टैक्स का कर रहा है, तो यू कैन इजीली एक्सेस दिस कि कहाँ कहाँ आपने आपका पैसा जमा है और कितना कितना जमा है, तो उससे वो एक्सेस कर लेगा. बिकॉज नाउ, बिकॉज ऑफ द इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी एंड द इंटर रिलेशन, अभी कैसे करते, पैन को आप आधार से लिंक कीजिए और ये कीजिए, सबका लिंकेज कर दिया है ना.
यस यस.
अब वही कहते हैं ना, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक फुटप्रिंट हो गया है. यू कैन नॉट गेट अवे फ्रॉम इट, कहीं ना कहीं आप पकड़े जाएंगे. अब वो अलग बात है कि आपके सर पर किसी और का हाथ है, who will save you from these things, that is a different question.
Right ma'am, right.
क्योंकि ऐसा है ना, हर एक ताला का एक चाबी होता है और हर एक ताला को तोड़ने के लिए एक चोर भी होता है.
Yes yes.
And that I think is an ongoing process, कोई उसको खत्म नहीं करने वाला है. But
जब तक आप छत्र छाया में है तब तक बच्चे रहेंगे.
हाँ, बच्चे रहेंगे. अब कैसा होता है, अरे वो आपके फेस पर झूठ बोल देंगे, ऐसे नहीं ऐसे हुआ है.
Yes.
When you know he is lying, but you cannot do anything about it. अरे, I remember once, long time back, there is a, बिहार में एक जगह है मोकामा, वहाँ एक इंडस्ट्री थी, तो उसमें लोग बहुत धांधली कर रहे थे, बहुत ज्यादा. तो कोई एक नया ऑफिसर आया, ये यंग ऑफिसर, डायनामिक ऑफिसर, एंड ही केम फ्रॉम अ वेरी गुड फैमिली. ऐसा नहीं था, he had also connected. पर वहां के लोकल इतने दुष्ट थे कि वो सब फाइल वाइल लेके दिल्ली जा रहा था उसको वहां पर बताने के लिए कि यहाँ ये हो रहा है. वो क्या किए, जब उनको स्टेशन पर सी ऑफ किए तो उस धक्का में उनको नीचे गिरा दिया. एंड दिस इज अ ट्रू थिंग, मैंने मेरे आंख के सामने हुआ है, इसलिए आई एम टेलिंग यू कि
No.
माय फैमिली वाज आल्सो, देयर वाज अ टाइम व्हेन माय फादर वाज द जनरल मैनेजर ऑफ दैट, एंड बिकॉज he was after railways, after his retirement he had joined that, but इतना उसमें गड़बड़ था कि he left it. Then it came to know about this, गिरा दिया, और that fellow died because of bleeding. It was a deliberate act, but ऐसा दिखाया गया क्यों एक्सीडेंट में उसकी डेथ हो गई. तो मैंने कहाँ तक लोग जा सकते हैं इमेजिन करना भी मुश्किल है.
हाँ, तो वही है मैम कि आज की डेट में एक सही या दो सही होके कुछ नहीं होने वाला है.
होने वाला है,
तो
फिर
उसको
क्या
कुछ,
करेंगे, दूसरे को भी गलत काम करना पड़ता है.
हाँ, नहीं करोगे तो आप सरवाइव नहीं कर सकते.
सरवाइव नहीं कर सकते हो, या तो चुप रहो, करने दो, दूसरे को करने दो.
वही है कि रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी या इस तरीके की है, आपको जवाबदेही आपकी है, तो फिर आप देख भी नहीं सकते.
हाँ, ये सब चीज. अच्छा चलो, लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द कॉमन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग टेक्नोलॉजी इश्यूज. पहला तो है कि सिलेक्शन ऑफ राइट टेक्नोलॉजी. अब जो भी आपका काम है, आप प्रिंटिंग का काम कर रहे हैं या कोई मैन्युफैक्चरिंग का फर्नीचर का काम कर रहे हैं, तो appropriate technology should be employed. Appropriate step and configuration of process resources. जो process आप when you are resources को process कर रहे हैं, तब भी the best possible way you have to do it. Properly train labor equipments, continuous improvement of process performance, effective scheduling to meet shipping and due dates. है ना सारा, because as it is said कि management is what? You are planning, then you are integrating, then you are distributing, then you are scheduling. So all these things are required. जो भी टेक्नोलॉजी आप यूज कर रहे हैं, तो it has to meet the effective scheduling. क्योंकि यदि shipping and due dates are not followed, naturally your goodwill in the market will go down, and ensuring quality. For this you have different types of technology. Read it. Hello.
Share again.
अच्छा, अच्छा, it has. Yes, now can you see it?
Yes, yes.
Hmm.
Computer integrated manufacturing system. Computer management system, union of hardware, software, database management, and communication to automate and control production activities, ROM planning, and design to manufacturing of distribution. Computer numerical control, machine whose operations are driven by the computer. Robot, programmable machine designed to handle material or tool in the performance of a variety of tasks.
Hmm. So these are the different type of technology which are being used today.
Yes. Computer aided design, computer aided engineering. Enable engineering to design, analyze, test, eliminate, and manufacture product before they physically exist.
Exists.
Computer aid manufacturing. Computer control of the manufacturing process, such as determining tool movement and cutting speeds. flexible manufacturing system. Two or more computer control machine or robot linked by automated handling device such as transfer machine, conveyors, and transport system. Computer direct the overall sequence of operations and route the work of the appropriate machine, select the load, the proper tool, and control the operation performed by the machine.
performed by the machine होगा, performed होगा. So the manufacturing system is controlled by everything, how to route it, how to schedule it. It is done by the computer.
Actually, many type of software be now available.
हाँ, अब लाइफ हैज बिकम मच मोर इजियर. पहले अब तो बच्चे भी मोबाइल से ही कैलकुलेशन करते हैं, जो पहले
Yes.
लोग
हाँ,
अब
वो टेबल से याद रहती थी. अभी now they are using the tricks. 3D printing. 3D printing or additive manufacturing is a process of making three-dimensional solid object from a digital file. The creation of the 3D printing object is achieving using additive processes. In an additive process, an object is created by laying down successive layer of material until the object is created. Each the each of these layer can be seen as a thinly sliced cross section the object. 3D printing is the opposite of subtractive manufacturing, which is cutting out, hollowing out a place of metal or plastic, which with for instance a milling machine. 3D printing enable you to produce complex shape using less material than traditional manufacturing method.
तो आजकल तो
Industrial
जैसे
robot.
इसमें
अभी
बिल्डिंग
3D
में बड़ा
प्रिंटिंग का
बहुत
एक्चुअली
ज्यादा डिमांड है.
हाँ अभी जो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रोसेस में
हाँ
मैम जो डाइज वगैरह रहते हैं उनको
हाँ हाँ.
बहुत इजीली 3D प्रिंटिंग से हम बनाते
अभी
हैं.
तो
अभी मतलब
ये
स्टार्ट हो
क्या
चुका
कहते
है.
हैं, मतलब हाउस बिल्डिंग में भी यूज हो रहा है 3D प्रिंटिंग. वो पूरा का पूरा स्ट्रक्चर ही वो 3D से बनाते हैं.
यस यस यस.
इंडस्ट्रियल रोबोट्स.
Industrial robot, these are the substitutes for human manipulation and other highly repetitive functions. Nanotechnology is the use of matter on atomic, molecular, and super
मॉलिक्यूलर
molecular
स्केल्स.
scales for industrial purpose. Nanotechnology is the manipulations of matter with at least one dimension size from 1 to 100
नैनोमीटर्स.
nanometers. Nanometers are the study and application of extremely small things that and can be used across all the other science fields such as chemistry, biology, physics, material science, and engineering.
क्या नहीं दिखाई दे रहा है?
हाँ ठीक है मैम, थोड़ा सा स्मॉल तो है साइज, नो इशू.
So these are the latest technologies which are being used in the manufacturing sector, 3D printing or industrial robots or nanotechnology and all these. ये
Very
तीनों
easier the work after using this technology.
3D printing है जैसे. So this has very जो इंडस्ट्रियल रोबोट से ये फायदा होता है कि the robot knows The chances of making mistake is also less. It does not get bored. मगर हाँ, कुछ disadvantages भी हैं. It is the taking the place of human labor very fast. जैसे इंडिया जैसे देश में तो इतना surplus of human है कि हमारे लिए थोड़ा ज़्यादा ही problems create हो जाएंगे.
But now
Nanotechnology.
need to the reduce the cost of product.
हाँ,
This
cost
is a
of
very
production.
challenging
फिर competitive environment भी तो हो
tentative
गया है. हाँ.
due to of this need to reduce the cost of manufacturing. Soft technology. Operations management software help plan, monitor, and coordinate production or service operations. Digitalize daily workflow of involved of employee. That is operation manager, planner, supervisor, project manager, identify and mitigate operational process bottlenecks. Features software or service operations. For service and project centric companies that need to optimize service related activities and improve management of human resources, project service request, supply chain, T&E service related documents.
So you need, in the beginning only I said that both soft and hard technology. So we use the softwares for our different processes. Software for
Software for production operation for manufacturing centric enterprise that need to optimize production activities and improve management of inventory, warehouse, workforce, machinery and equipment maintenance, purchase and sales order. End-to-end workflow automation to improve the productivity of the employees involved in business operations, speed up operational processes, reduce labor cost, and eliminate human error.
फिर से डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया था.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Comprehensive
Software
data
for
comprehensive data analytics to ensure accurate data-driven operation planning and get intelligent recommendations on the optimal resources utilization and operational risk prevention. Now we are using the many types of software for reduce the manpower and human resource because the in previous we are maintain the cell sheet for example by human resource department.
ऐसा है ना कि कंप्यूटराइजेशन से कुछ जॉब्स लॉस भी हुए हैं मगर कुछ नए जॉब्स क्रिएट भी हो गए हैं.
Yes.
अब फॉर एग्जांपल जब पहले जैसे बैंक्स में कंप्यूटर्स नहीं यूज होता था तो बैंक का आवर क्या होता था 10 to 2. अब इन लोग 10 to 4 कर दिए हैं बिकॉज दे आर नाउ यूजिंग and new types of jobs are being created जो सॉफ्टवेयर उसका बनाएंगे. तो there has to be a integration of both the operational knowledge and the technical knowledge, and it has made in general life much easier for the population. क्योंकि अभी जितना डिजिटाइजेशन हो गया है तो वर्क financial flow has become much more easier. You can get things from somewhere, you can sell somewhere. So distance is of no significance, and time. Banking में it is 24/7. ATM खुला
Due to
रहता है.
digitization, we no need to go bank for any transaction
हाँ.
or deposit the money.
हाँ, सब चीज हम लोग घर बैठे कर सकते हैं.
Yes, sir.
End-to-end workflow automation हो गया है to improve the productivity of the employees involved in business operations, speed up operational processes, reduce labor cost, and eliminate human errors. Then comprehensive data analytics. So we can, that is why today data is known as the new gold, oil. जैसे oil एक समय था जो that was giving you now data, and that is why ये भी हो रहा कि hack
Most
भी बहुत हो
valuable
रहा है
things
data.
on that time.
Yeah, more valuable thing, because whatever decisions you have to take for your market, आपको market का क्या demand है सब आपको उस data से मिल जाता है.
Yes,
किसको
ma'am.
क्या चाहिए, किसकी क्या पसंद है, सब वो एनालाइज करके जान जाते हैं. तो
Now is the
this
data
data,
replaced through oil?
हाँ,
Data is a very must.
to ensure accurate data driven operations planning and get intelligent recommendation on the optimal resources utilization and operational risk is prevention. Risk थोड़ा से कम हो जाता है. So focus on
Focus on
security.
security to protect the OMS and sensitive data. It stores by employing multi-factor authentication, role-based access control, data encryption, L-powered fraud detection, and other advantage.
Now you can read it.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Role-based access control, data encryption, L-powered fraud detection, and other advanced cyber security tools. Mobile access to enable the operation team to control the status of production, service, operations on the go. Streamline the reporting on operation progress and escalation of operational process issues.
तो क्योंकि इतना इंटरलिंक्ड हो गया है ना, तो वी हैव टू प्ले लॉट ऑफ एम्फेसिस ऑन सिक्योरिटी. जिसको जो चीज जानना है वही जाने. ये नहीं है कि बैंक का डेटा सबके लिए अवेलेबल नहीं है. बैंक अप्लाई के लिए वो किस केडर में है और कितना तक वो कौन सा डेटा उनके लिए सुटेबल है वही देख सकते हैं. ये नहीं कि he or she can see all the data. तो the focus is now on security because of the interlinkage of everything. This has become a very essential part of networking. Mobile access. हेलो, नहीं दिख रहा क्या?
नहीं दिख रहा है मैम.
अच्छा, मोबाइल एक्सेस.
I have read it, ma'am.
अच्छा, टू एनेबल ये हो गया.
Yes, yes.
तो नाउ क्या है? वी हैव on the go also data is available. We can do so many functions. Now it is not a standalone. जैसे पहले था standalone. Now it has become mobile.
Conclusion, it can be concluded that the implementation of technology is certainly an
Inevitable.
inventable transformation process of most organizations. The benefit of technology can be seen directly associated with facilitating the processes and the resources which operations management is directly handling. Nevertheless, technology is not a
Panacea.
panacea, and it cannot be a separate solution to all the problems in the company, as well as it cannot be the guaranteed method of improving productivity. Technology will work only when all the processes are optimized within the company. The combined with skilled operations management, it will deliver to its full potential.
तो यू कैन सी कि अब ऐसा है, टेक्नोलॉजी इज प्लेइंग अ वेरी मेजर रोल, बट ये नहीं कह सकते सारे प्रॉब्लम्स टेक्नोलॉजी ही सॉल्व कर लेगा. यू हैव टू, द मैनेजमेंट or the human resource will have to align itself with the technology so that you can get the optimum result. ठीक है, अभी actually I had thought I'll be doing that environmental management है ना, ISO 4000 series, 14,000 sorry 14,000 series, और अब तो टाइम नहीं है. I'll send you the PPT. Okay.
Okay,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Good night.
Good night, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Good night, ma'am.
Good night.